Hello everyone. I'm making a video on this beautiful headwear today, and I would be showing you everything that I would be using. I think this project can, if you are very fast, can you can just spend like 1 hour on this project because of the beaded part anyway. If not, it's very fast to make. All right, so the materials that I would be using are crilone, the head band, which is the princess band. I would need scissors. I would need some fabric stone. I would need sand bead. I would need E7000 glue. I would need needle and thread. I would need a lighter. So those are just the things I need. Okay, I think I will also need elastic for the back part. So maybe I did not include that on my write up, but I will need elastic. So to start, you saw me taking the measurement of the headband, and then that was what I used in cutting out the the length of the crinoline that I would be using. And by the way, the crinoline I use is a 4 inches crinoline, so it's strong. It's not 6 inches. It's strong, and then of course I doubled it. So after doing that, I'll just go straight to the edges and then tie it up with mashing thread, and then I'll fix the edges to the uh, princess band, and then I'll apply the E7000 glue, rest the crinoline on it, get to the other end, and then I would tie it again using a mashing thread. So after I finish with that step, I would need to make it neat. So to make it neat, so apart from the fact that it has to look neat, it also has to be comfortable to wear. So for it to be comfortable on my client or on myself, I would need to ensure that it's not piercing me in any way. So for that reason, I would be using my lighter. I will be using the lighter. I'll use the lighter to gently burn the edges after tying it. Now I'll just use the lighter to gently burn the edges so that it becomes smooth and more convenient to put on. That step is a very necessary step. So while you are making yours, I would encourage that to ensure you get a lighter. If you cannot get a lighter, maybe you can use candle. Yeah, just something to burn. If you cannot even get a candle, you can just use a match stick. Just use a matches on it, burn it off it, and then just tap with your hand a little bit, and it will be okay. So as you can see, I'm using the glitter stone to create some kind of designs on the body of the crilone. Any kind of design you want to make is fine, but what I am the shape I am creating out of this is just like a leaf shape, the sticks around the leaf body, that's strands like that. So that's just what I am creating using my glitter stone on it. So I started by covering the part where the princess band is showing, and then after which I went ahead to split the glitter stone into very tiny piece, and then I started uh, laying it on the trilone to form the leaf shape, on both sides. So finish this side, go to the other side. And most times when I'm doing this particular work, I don't like using the hot glue. It's not like the hot glue cannot do the work, but E7000, E6000, or simply the USU glue will be better than hot glue, because they are not going to leave any form of stain on it. So, and you don't want to finish your work and you are seeing the lines of the candles when it's dry. So because of that, it is better you use the liquid glue, like I said before, E7000, E6000, or simply UHU glue will be perfect for it. So after using the glitter stones to create the lines, the leaf kind of shape, I started adding my fabric stones to it. And then, of course, you can add as much as you want. But I just did a very scanty one, This is just for the purpose of the training. So I just did a very scanty one. You can add as many stones and different shapes of stones that you wish to get. So after this step, I would go ahead to start to bead, create the fringe at the front of my headband. I'll be creating the fringe, and to do that, I need to use the beading needle. It's very tiny, and you can just like move it around the sand bead, and you start to pick up your beads without having to use your hands. All right. So I would be using the sand bead, the water bead. There's this bead they call water bead. It's just transparent. That's why they call it water bead. So I would be using the sand bead, the water bead, and then what else am I using for this? Just the sand bead and the water beads. That's just all I will use to create the fringe. But I would need to explain the steps that I used. To create the fringe, you have to start by making sure that the bead around the forehead is just dropping by the lash, that is by the brow, not the lash. That's close to the lash, but eyelashes, but not above it, so that it will not disturb your client or yourself. So you just keep beading and taking your measurement, and it is very necessary that the front bead, which is by the bead that is resting on your forehead, they all take the same length. But when you get close to the end of your eyebrow, you start to take a longer length from that part. So all the bead that, yeah, that is just like close to the end of your eye, your eyebrow, you now start dropping your beads. So you use same length around your forehead, and then after that, by the end of your lashes, you start to drop your bead. And the length you want to drop it and how you want to drop it has to be determined by you. So, and the final drop has to be um shoulder length, shoulder length. I think that's where the beauty is. So shoulder length, don't make it too long, don't make it too short, but make sure that it is dropping on the shoulder. So your final drop has to be a shoulder length. All right. And then I came back to like show you what I did. So for you to bead easily, because you have to ensure that your bead is not falling, except you are going to be using the stopper. There's what they call stopper. When you bead, there's something they call stopper. When you finish putting all the bead you want, you just take the stopper in, and then you use your plier to just like press it down. So with that, your bead will not start falling. But if you do not have a stopper, what I do is that I started by tying the end off the thread and making sure that the extent to which I tied it, the bead cannot fall off. So I have to tie it and create this I don't know the right word to use now, but you tie it until you have something that will not allow, something that can block the hole of the bead so that the bead cannot drop off. So after that, put one I first of all fix one of the sand bead, followed by one of the water bead, because that's what is giving the definition I need on the edges so that the fringe can come out very well. So we first put one sand bead, one water bead, and then you just start moving the bead needle around the sand bead. They will just enter on their own. They will fit into the needle on their own. You don't need to pick the sand bead one by one. Just keep moving it the way you see me moving it now. Before you know it, the needle is filled. You pull it down, move it again. Before you know it to be filled, you pull it down, and before you know it, you will get the exact length that you are looking for. If you check the length and you see that it's not long enough, you add to it. But if you check it and you see that, oh, it's too long, all you need to do is pull some of it out before you sew it to the headband. So that's what I do. I'm just like feeling and sewing to the head band, and that's how it's fitted the way you are seeing it now. All right, so it's a very easy tutorials, but maybe some persons might want to say, what can I do with this? They use it for photo shoot. A lot of people, those birthday celebrants and all of that, they use it for photo shoot. All right. Okay, I think I am done here. I'm done here for today. All right. All right, before I go, please, if today is your first time discovering Creative Ends International, you are welcome to my platform. And please, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel before leaving today. And also, you can hit on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. All right. So please don't forget to subscribe. You can also recommend us to other of your friends, to other people. And of course, I attend to my people. I'm very serious about that. You can send me messages and I will respond to you no matter what. All right. So have a nice day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.